It's hard to go a whole day, let alone your whole life, without letting something slip. Or if we're getting beyond the foul and abusive part, has everything you've said been good and helpful? Oh man, we're in trouble if that's the standard. How many of you remember the wrist bracelets? Maybe someone has it on today. Do you remember the WWJD? Do you remember those? I remember when I was in high school and it was becoming like a big deal and people would wear them. And I think from time to time it comes back. Well, it was what would Jesus do? That's a great question. But in this verse, I think Paul's asking and inviting us to another one. What about this? WWJ Say. That's my version of it. What would Jesus say? I think in this context, it's not just trying your best to not use foul and abusive language, but actually trying to use good and helpful, encouraging language. Maybe you could think of it this way. Before you speak, or this is maybe getting down into the nitty-gritty, like before you text or before you post, before you vent, you could ask yourself, would Jesus say that? Maybe a little deeper, would he say it that way? Maybe even further, would it build someone up or would it break someone down? Would it tear them down? I'm preaching now. I realize I'm including myself in this. I think one of the hardest things for someone who speaks is that your words start to flow. And if you're not careful, because I speak a lot, sometimes other words can just, they slip out. And so this is equally convicting and a challenge for me to let the things that I say be good and helpful. It's one thing to be like, I had no swears today. I didn't put any money in the jar. Good for you. But did you say good and helpful things? We could do a fundraiser, couldn't we? Maybe an application for this will be like a little jar up here, and we won't shame you. If you come up and drop $100 in there, we'll be like, wow, potty mouth, thanks for giving to the church. WWJ Say. That's I think the Spirit just that's not in my notes. Verse 29, the rest of it, let everything you say be good and helpful, so your words will be an encouragement. You would encourage someone. Courage would go into someone because of your word. Stuff comes out of you, but remember that stuff goes into someone else. So do you get the idea here is that you're meant to actually be like, here's some courage. Like, rather than here's the overflow of my frustrations, here's my rage, here's my foul potty mouth. No, you're meant to give encouragement to others. And don't forget, in some of the most surprising moments, I'm thinking of Good Friday, reading through the scriptures, and Jesus is before Pilate. In some of those moments, Jesus said nothing at all.